Dale Folwell is a former House Speaker pro tempore, a former Assistant Secretary of Commerce. You oversaw the unemployment division, and now you want to be the state treasurer from the Republican Party. Thank you, sir, for a few moments of your time.
Well, thank you for doing this and educating the people of North Carolina about the importance of the North Carolina State Treasurer's race.
Well, we've covered a lot of issues together because you were in the House, then you helped out with the unemployment fund. But now as treasurer, it must be a different challenge. What do you see going in if you can get elected?
Well, it's actually very similar. Your viewers are comfortable with me fixing things over the last 10 years. And that's what obviously needed to happen at the unemployment agency, where we were able to pay off $2.7 billion in debt and build $1 billion surplus in 30 months, which produced about $600 million of tax relief for North Carolina employers. But now we have a bigger problem in North Carolina called the unfunded health care liability for our state health plan, which is not $3 billion, but almost $30 billion. And I intend to take my talents and my skills and the experience and the trust and the accomplishments that I've had in Raleigh over the last 10 years and apply it to this important position.
How does the state health plan, according to you, suffer under a $30 billion unfunded mandate?
Well,
liability mandate.
Not only does the state health plan suffer, but the participants in that plan suffer. And all the other core functions of state government over the next 10 years are going to suffer unless we fix this problem. You know, the state health plan is the largest purchaser of health care in North Carolina. The state treasurer is the largest investor of money in North Carolina. And it's incredible that we have this important office and it impacts people's lives in so many ways. You know, often people ask me if the state treasurer is the one that signs the $10 bills. And we don't sign dollars and we don't sign paychecks, but we have a lot of responsibility for preserving our AAA bond rating and conserving the important monies that belong to the taxpayers of this state.
If you were treasurer right now, would you support the letting or the consideration of bonds that we're going to vote on in March?
Well, the state treasurer's office obviously has a responsibility in issuing those bonds. I'm very pleased at the fact that this bond referendum is going to the vote of the people. And I think that any time that the people are going to have debt put on them, that the voters should have an option and to vote on that.
How do you feel about the state retirement pension? A few candidates that for treasurer talk about that. You're the first to talk about the state health plan, but what kind of shape are we in for retirees?
Well, compared to other states, we're in good shape as far as the pension plan, but our assumptions about what those monies will earn or have earned are unrealistic. And I intend to do a better job of explaining to all the participants, the taxpayers, the retirees, the active employees, the General Assembly, about ways that we can get more realistic about the earnings expectations of the state pension plan.
My perception is state government in terms of employees may be getting smaller to a degree. How do you maintain the pensions, the state health plan, as employee ranks drop, but we have a bubble of retirees, baby boomers who are stepping out of the state system, and I hear it's going to be a huge bubble in the next 5 to 8 years. It's
going to be a huge bubble. I mean, you know, no governor, no General Assembly has ever had to deal with a more broken unemployment system. And no governor, no General Assembly is ever going to have to deal with a more broken state health plan system. At the end of the day, this is about listening. Leadership is about listening. And as I've done over the last 10 years in Raleigh, I've listened to try to fix the things that are impacting North Carolinians. You know, you can't fix something, as all these candidates talk about, unless you know how to take it apart to understand it first. You can't lead unless you listen. And you can't call yourself a conservative unless you've conserved something. And I've done all those things in my last 10 years, and I look forward to applying those skills to the very important office of State Treasurer.
Dale Folwell is a candidate for State Treasurer in the Republican primary 2016. Thank you so much, Mr. Folwell, for a few moments of your time.
Thank you.